number of things, especially the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, but other events also make this week exceptional and a chance to see some amazing automobiles. Behind the scenes, cars are polished up and prepared prior to Sunday's concours. A rare Chrysler Le Baron Thunderbolt, one of only 5, reflects creative automotive design from another era. It belongs to an owner from Denver, Colorado. This 4GT is the only one made with an aluminum body. It currently lives in Indiana. There was a rare 1913 beautiful blue Bugatti. It made the front page of the local pinecone paper during the Tour d'Elegance. A 1935 Packard 1204 Super 8 Coupe Roadster had a 150 horsepower L-head straight 8 engine. This streamlined Packard was styled by Count Alexis de Sakhnoffsky. The car is one of 11 known to survive and one of 3 to have a rear-mounted spare wheel. Auctions are also a big part of Motor Week. Some of the most exciting and rarest cars were sold by Gooding & Company. This 2005 Ferrari 575 Super America realized a price of $240,800. A 2018 Ferrari GTC4 Lusso 70th Anniversary Edition flew out the door at $417,800. Not a bad price for a stylish station wagon. This fun-loving 1961 Fiat 600 Jolly with wicker seats and a canopy fringe sold for $156,800. For those in need of speed, Niki Lauda's 1975 Ferrari 312T, the one he drove and ultimately won Formula One's Drivers' Championship, passed the finish line at the auction for $6 million. A couple of highway patrol officers were looking at the 2015 Aston Martin Vulcan, and when we asked if they could catch it, they said, "No way, I'd just turn off my lights and turn around and go home." This Aston Martin didn't sell at the $2 million estimate, so it turned around and it went home too. The 2007 Ferrari F430 Challenge race car sold for a bargain price of $72,800. But foreign exotics weren't the only stars at Gooding. This 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Z06 big tank split window coupe came with the factory special performance equipment, which performed well and sold for $588,000. But the 2011 Ferrari 599 GTO didn't reach its $600,000 estimate. This Porsche came with its original window sticker. It was a car that had been sold by a dealership in Goleta, California called Trans World Auto. It was a good investment for someone. Lamborghini's first production model, the very elegant 1965 350 GT, got an elegant price of $610,000. But this 1997 Ferrari F50 didn't reach its reserve, an estimate of $2,800,000, nor did this racing 1989 Jaguar XJR 10 at $1,500,000. But this unusual strawberry metallic 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing did catch the eye of a buyer at $1,435,000, unrestored but a fine example of the original 64-year-old car. Other vintage and pre-war cars, some that are boat-tail roadsters, were stunning to look at, even if they were mechanically challenging. This 1986 Citroën 2 Chevaux Dolly sold for $28,000. Sacré bleu! This was a real deal for this French cultural icon. For a little fun, and little being the operative word, This 1959 BMW Isetta 300 sold for beyond its estimate at $41,440. For the buyer who wanted a Ferrari at a bargain price, this 1967 Ferrari 330 P2 sold for only $35,840. But it was a 5/8 scale Ferrari designed for children. A stunning 1958 Ferrari 250 GT Series 1 Cabriolet, originally belonging to Prince Alessandro Rasponi of Rome. It was at one time the most expensive 250 GT and one of the most successful collaborations between Pininfarina and Ferrari. Its hammer price was a smashing $6,800,000. Other classic post-war cars were statements of their era. A particularly eye-catching example was a 1948 Delahaye 135 MS Cabriolet. It was one of three bodied by Faget-Varnet and was the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance class winner in 2008. It sold for $550,000. Steve McQueen, an avid motorcycle fan and a financer of the motorcycle classic movie On Any Sunday, had this 1936 Indian Chief. It was unrestored and was sold in the 1984 McQueen Estate auction in Las Vegas. Today they're asking $240,000 and still available and open to offers. A 2019 McLaren Senna, derived from McLaren's 720S, has remarkable aerodynamics, a dual clutch, 7-speed gearbox, and a 4.0-liter twin turbocharged engine that produces 789 horsepower. It's available at $1,500,000. This 1953 Alfa Romeo 63,000 cm Superflow was one of the most advanced sports cars of the early 1950s. Only 8 were made, making this a very rare car, and still available at $5.5 million. This 1958 Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France Berlinetta, one of 36, sold for $5.1 million. The Gooding auction made a number of records, thanks in part to the charming auctioneering talents of Charlie Ross, who has been seen on a number of BBC programs as a specialist in antiques and automobiles. One of the records set was for a unique Czechoslovakian 1938 Tatra T77A limousine, which sold for $412,000, a pinnacle of pre-war design. The Gooding auction realized more than $76 million sold, and of that, 17 were cars that sold for over $1 million.